My hope is that we have a solution here to the magma rock question. All I've done, and I'm not sure this is going to work, because when it comes to health, there is evidently some kind of server-side validation. Now, I did a test with the offline version of the game, and I had the same problems. So I'm not convinced 100% that there is some kind of server-side validation issue with health, or if there's just something else going on with the way health works in the game that I don't quite understand yet, which is, of course, very possible. But, however, I figured it's worth a try to simply adjust the amount of damage that the ice spell does, and then see if we can sort of deal an amount of damage to Magma Rock so fast that we're able to kill him before he has a chance to heal up. So what I did, the ice spell normally does 32 damage per second or something like that. So I've edited the game files to have it do more than 10,000 damage per second, as you see there. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't, because I don't really still understand, even after all of this, how health works in this game. But it's worth a try. You know, worst case scenario, it took me a second to do. It'll take me a second to undo, and then we can move on to our next objective, or our next idea. Sorry. I think Magma Rock is over here to the left. Yes. Fire, she blows. Okay, let's see what we do here. We definitely don't seem to be doing 10,000 damage. Unless Magma Rock has more health than I thought. I thought from looking at Ghidra that Magma Rock has 10,000 health. This may not be the case. Yeah, I don't think that's quite doing it. Let me try it on a spider. Yeah, it's definitely not doing 10,000 damage. So it's just we have something else going on here. Let me okay, my next idea is I noticed previously that when we cast a spell, a packet is sent to the server, and my next idea is to deconstruct that and see if that only carries a damage type and trigger, or if it also contains the amount of damage being done, and then we can just simply craft a packet and send that to them. So let's log out quick. And I am gonna go now. Let's see, pull up the proxy and get that. Take a look at that. It's just a moment. Well, see if this is okay. There we go. There we go. It just took OBS a little while to catch up, so sorry about the pops and the whistle if you heard that. Anyway, so I got distracted with something else. Yeah, what the last thing I said in this video is. But what I've been doing in the meantime is I fired up our proxy. I went through the parser script, and as it happens, it turns out that there is already in there some parser functions for both the instantiation of monsters, which we've looked at before, the shooting of weapons, so spells or weapons, and also health, which I didn't know about before, but really would have been super helpful when I was trying to figure out infinite health for Unbearable Revenge. But what I've done is I started up the proxy, got those uncommented out those print functions in the parser script. Went in there, attacked Magma Rock a couple of times, and as you can see, let me actually make this a little bit bigger for you so you can see a little bit better. There we go. So as you can see, here's the data that's being sent when a health exchange occurs. And by health exchange, I mean you fire, it does damage, that damage is calculated, and then it is subtracted from the current amount of health. We know from looking in Ghidra that Magma Rock starts with about 10k health or so, and that means when it gets to about 5k, he'll do the heal. This is just the damage that's done from the regular old ice spell. You can see that it comes through. Number one, we have an object ID, and then we have the amount of damage being done, and you'll notice that they're being printed out in reverse order. So in this case, Magma Rock was 1AD1, or sorry, yeah, 1A1D, sorry, and was doing this particular case was at 2110 hex health, which is 8464. And every time we did damage, it did a little bit less. And I noticed from killing spiders that when a creature dies, they actually do go into negative health, it seems. So my plan then is to, so I ran Wire Shark while this was happening as well. And this is essentially that string when it is in raw format. So the 2B is the prefix for a damage exchange. Then we have a 4-digit code here for our actor. Then we have a string with the amount of damage being done, and then we have additional information after that. And what I have done is I have changed this string, this part of the string rather, that is the amount of damage that's being done, to 2,711, which is 10,001. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the game. We're going to get to Magma Rock. We're going to fire on him so that we can get his actor ID, because every time the actor is instantiated, it's going to have a different ID. Or at least I think it will. I guess we'll find out when we get in there. Once we have those 4 digits or 4 characters, we can then change our packet to that. Then we can send it to the server, because that is apparently the direction of the exchange, if I'm reading this correctly, because here is a client when Zero Cool is shot, and then we have, well, hold on, let me get this, maybe I'm wrong. Oh yeah, I might be wrong. This might be going to the client, rather. It says in Wireshark here that it is coming from the server to the client, so, odd. Well, let's try it, I guess. I'm now less confident that this will actually work, now that I see that it's actually client effect, but, you know, what the hell. Let's get in there and do it, see what happens. Worst case scenario, we're wrong, and we go back to the drawing board, you know, whatever. It's not going to take us long to do it. Alright, let me get up to Magma Rock and get his infos. I'm going to ignore the spiders because they are irritating, and I don't really care for them one bit. Get away from me, spider. It's not going to end well for you. Okay, looks like we got him. I'm going to jump in the thing here and kill myself so that I can just port back to the beginning. Yep. Okay. That was a little weird, but that's fine. Okay. Alright, looks like it's one... Whoa, what? Oh, that's me. So 1A3D is apparently... was apparently my... my ID, but it looks like 1A3E is Magma. So let's go back here. This will be 3E. 1A. Right. Do that. Alright. Let's go back here. Now, it says it's client. Let's try that. And I'm actually going to go to Magma Rock when we do this, just so I can see what happens. Look, it's me. Can't jump over spiders, apparently. Okay, and enter that. And... Ow. What the... What the hell? Oh, I'm hung up on something. Oh, cool, we can hide over here. It's good to know. Alright, let me check here. See what we got. It's... Yeah, you know, it says that it is a... Let's try that again. Obviously that's not working. It seems weird that... Oh, odd length string. Okay, at least we're getting feedback. So maybe I messed something up. Let me do something. Yeah, maybe I messed something up here. Let me check my syntax. Oh, he's 1A81, apparently. So apparently he gets a new ID each time he's instantiated. Oops. Alright, well... Oh, well. Okay. Let's go again. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go ahead and start Wireshark again. So that I can capture this while I'm doing it, just in case. That way I'll be able to notice if there's any like discrepancies or anything between what I have. Because I'm still gathering information, so I'm not going to pretend like, you know, I don't know that there could be some differences. I've only got like one data set of... I know that the prefix is probably consistent. I think I know how the actor IDs are assigned. And I think I understand how... Oh, geez. Okay, well, that didn't work. Why do I die twice? Alright. Be a little more careful this time, huh? Wasting time here. Time is money. Oh, you can jump over spiders. Speed hack sometimes works against me. Ooh, the hidey hole. Alright. Magma rock. You can't even see me where I am right now. Okay, now I'm gonna go out and... First I'm gonna kill the damn spider. What the hell? Die. Now I'm gonna jump out and get magma rock so that I can see his ID. Okay. Apparently is 1AB4. Let me hit him again, just to be sure. One AB4, 1AB4, yep, okay. Let's go over here, and this should be 4, 1A. And... What? Oh! I'm learning to hate spiders as much as I'm learning to hate everything else. As bears, I mean. It's okay. I just want to double check to make sure I've still got the right. So now he's 1A EA. Because each time I enter the zone, he spawns again, and he's going to have a different ID each time. That's why I'm going to look this way so I can see if a spider is coming. EA. Okay. Oh, odd length string. Okay, so something I must be getting like too much. Let me stop my recording now and go down and find that most recent transaction there. There's also these packets, though. Hold on a sec. I just want to make sure I keep the game so I don't miss anything. Fire comes. I'm also seeing these in Wireshark, and those are also client transactions. Looking for packets that start with 2B. I guess I could filter. Probably a little faster. Okay, I'm having trouble finding it. I'm just going to restart this capture and do it again. Stop it. There we go. Oh, see, there's a spider coming right now. Get out of here, spider. Alright. Eyes open. Alright, so I just ran that again, captured one of the packets from our most recent foray. So this is the one we just did. You can see, okay, we're good so far. Good so far. Oh, I see. I have an extra digit, that's why. I knew it was going to be something like that. So, what the difference is here, however. I mean, we got similarities, and then we've got differences. And, okay, this looks like it's a repeat of the actor ID. So I'm going to change this one instead. And copy. This also looks a lot longer. Hold on, I'm going to zoom out here. Yeah, it's a lot longer than the packet I grabbed before. What the hell? That shouldn't be. But, okay, let's try it anyway. Yep, that didn't seem to do it. Yeah, that... Although this seems like it should be a server command. No, it's not. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm curious about what the difference is here, because this string is huge compared to the first one I grabbed. Okay, it just goes. Okay. All right. I think I'm barking up the wrong tree here. think I'm still either better off adjusting the amount of damage that Zero Cool does, or possibly coming up with a different solution entirely. Um, so this is what I've got in Ghidra. In Ghidra, I was able to find a Zero Cool get damage function, which simply returns 20. Right? X20. And that's what I adjusted when I edited HXD, or sorry, when I edited game logic with HXD. That I just searched for that variable and changed it, and it did work. It changed the amount of damage that's being displayed for Zero Cool, but it didn't change the amount of damage that's being done for Zero Cool. So, I also found something else interesting though that I may look at. Saw that there was a function that has damage type and damage amount. I also found some, while searching for damage, some magma rock stuff that seemed kind of interesting too. Let's take a look at that because it's right next to overpowered fireball. And when I first picked up the overpowered fireball, I was like, "What is this?" You know, I guess it's a better fireball. But hold on, let me get here. Okay, this is what I'm going to show you. There we go. All right, so again, I was searching for damage, and I found. Oh, sorry, let me give you this. I was searching for damage for Zero Cool's damage thing, and I found, some things that look promising. But there's when I searched for damage, I also had some results for Magma Rock come up, and it was right here next to the overpowered fireball, which I thought was interesting. So I looked here at Magma Rock damage because I wanted to see if I could, like, for example, maybe put something in, do a DLL injection so that cold damage equals, times 100 or something like that. And I found that is kind of the case. It is kind of the case already. So you can see here, this is the pseudocode out of Ghidra. Else, if param does not equal cold damage, then param 3. So we can consider this, let's rename this. Weapon damage. All right. So if it's, why Ghidra? There we go. So if it's not cold damage, then weapon damage equals divided by 2. So if it's not the cold spell, it actually does do less damage. And then there's this right here. If param force, this will be current damage. So the damage that's currently being done equals cold damage, weapon damage. There we go. So we could do some, and then it calls the damage enemy. So we could actually. I also noticed this was interesting too. If current damage equals fire damage, then it looks like double. So this is 10,000. That's Magma Rock's total health. And then we've got. So this is interesting. This I found to be very interesting. So it gets the total amount of health for Magma Rock, and then it does weapon damage times 4, right? Times 4. And then looking at the transactions in the proxy, again, when you are in when you damage an enemy, it will do positive or negative values actually. And the negative values is essentially when you do negative damage, you're actually healing. So again, this all would have been really helpful to know, when I was trying to figure out infinite health. But at any rate, what I'm getting at, 2 things. Number 1, it looks like fire damage actually heals Magma Rock, and it looks like there's a check to make sure that we can't heal more than 10,000, which is his total health. Now let me put this into the flow thing here, a graph rather, and I'll show you something that looks kind of interesting. So we zoom in. This is the function that we're currently at. This is the damage function. And there's another function that's called enemy damage. Where I'm looking for the one that we'll call. Okay, let's go back here. Magma rock damage. There's another function that will be called healing active. There it is. If this healing active, and then there's this label here. Oh, no, sorry. Healing active equals false. I'm looking for the call for the healing function, which it doesn't seem to be in here. What? Clearly, this is a case of Ghidra not quite having everything that it needs. Should attack Magma Rock, healing active. This call tick Magma Rock, so there's a tick for him. Because I'm guessing the reason that it doesn't, that it checks to see Magma Rock, or sorry, I'm guessing the reason that it gathers Magma Rock's total health is probably because there's going to be some unprepared attack. There's going to be something in the healing where it's going to say, okay, let me explain my thought process here because now I'm just jabbering. I'm guessing that it gets the raw value, the total raw value for Magma Rock's health at 10,000 because one of two things is happening when he's healing. One, let me just do a search here. One, either the healing function will reset Magma Rock's health to equal 10,000, or it will do the math and it will calculate the amount of health that is required and then add that amount to what is missing. In the first case, unless the implementation is correct, we might have an exploitable condition. So there's, if you're not familiar with the concept, we're talking about here is a race condition. We're talking about a TCTU vulnerability, so a time of call to time of use. If the raw value that is added to Magma Rock's health is 10,000, and we can heal let me show you what I'm thinking. It'll be easier if I draw it for you. Sure. And this is going to be my plan B. I think I'm going to pursue bumping up the... What? No matches found. I misspell it? Yes, I did. No C, just K. Magma Rook. Alright. This is going to be my plan B. I'm still going to pursue bumping up the damage on the Zero Cool spell, but this could be a potential second good option. Alright. So Magma Rock has a health bar. At this end of the health bar, that equals 0. And at this end of the health bar, it equals 10k. Okay? If the, let's say, heal function is plus 10k, and we can heal Magma Rock, then what we could do is hit him with ice spells until he's at half health, at which point he will trigger his heal, right? And when he triggers his heal, if it adds 10k, then, or if it adds, or if it sets it to 10k rather, sorry. If it sets it to 10k, then we're kind of boned, right? Because then no matter how much damage we do or what we do, when he does his heal function, bam, we're at 10k. Okay, that there's nothing we can do. Or if it does the math and it says current health minus, oops, total health, and it adds a, then we might have an exploitable condition. We have a race condition. Because what we could do is get his health to 50% so that he triggers the healing. And it's going to do its calculation for how much healing is needed based upon the position there, whatever the variable count is there. But if we heal him in the meantime, we have an issue here where there's a time to calculation or a time of call and a time of use. What happens then if he does the healing? Right? Heals himself up to full, but we've changed the condition in the meantime. Now he's over 10k. Now, why is that good? Because the check that's being done there that triggers the healing is going to be only when he's at half health or 5,000. There isn't any, as far as we can see, any check on the health above that. So, as you can see, we're already spilling out over the box. So what happens if we keep filling it up after that? Now there's nothing left to stop us because the check for healing or for resetting the health or anything is based upon him losing health, not gaining health. Well, what happens is that eventually we overflow. We've already overflowed once, right? This is an overflow. But now we are overflowing even more to the point where eventually we fill this up so much, it basically causes him to fritz out and he'll die. Because at a certain point, so what we're talking about here are signed and unsigned integers. So we're going to have to take a look. I mean, I'm not saying this is going to work. We're going to have to do some digging and see, what how this all works. But what I'm getting at is if the integers are unsigned, then if it gets big enough, it will actually become a negative number. It'll be considered a negative. So that may be an option here as well. This is all going to hinge on... No, search all. Give me results, please. Okay. This is all going to hinge on how this healing thing works. So let's see where we go. Oh, here's our, by the way, a couple of videos ago I mentioned that there was a function for init items and quests that we were reading. There it is, by the way. Oh, and I was also postulating that there was a loot table function. Looks like there is. So here's a get max health. So that returns 10k. Is this used anywhere? Get on. Looks like it's only called when the Magma Rock actor is instantiated. So that's good. We don't see it in any health. Get death message. Looking for his heal. Where is your heal, Magma Rock? Get attack time. Is this related to anything? No. Should attack. I would say maybe we can break his should attack function, but this is apparently what tells him that he needs to stop attacking while his healing is active. And so that's not going to help us because it'll still trigger the healing. Magmarock's Fireball. Magmarock Spawner. Okay, I'm not sure where this is coming in. I don't see anything anywhere. Am I just blind? Am I missing it? Alright, let's just go to the Magmarock. Get players in radius. Spawner. Tick. Mad Cow Spawner. Magmarock. Get death message. Let's call Mag. While I'm doing this, I'm going to search for heal. Maybe it's just under a different thing. So while that's happening, uncaught exception. Okay, well, Angry Bear. Okay. Is there a global heal that I'm not familiar with? Because that would have been really nice to know when I was doing infinite health too. I don't know how I didn't find it before. Get max health. Okay, looks like the healing looks like 5 seconds. Let's update event. Oh man, this all would have been so useful to find before. How did I miss all this? This would have been really nice. Would have made things a lot easier. Ah, and send health update event. Yeah, damn it. Anyway. I'll use trying over spilled milk. Looks like there's a Magmarock tick function. And it looks like that might be what we're looking for here. Well, anyway, I'm gonna keep working on Zero Cool anyway. At least probably do what I did with Unbearable the Revenge and spend Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday trying this. And if it doesn't work by then maybe I'll pursue this overflow thing. Which that's probably the way that you're supposed to solve it, because if I look on Canvas, the hint we get from the CTF is it says that this is supposed to be a variable overflow exploit. So that is probably what we're on to. That's kind of what I was thinking when I saw it. So just to be fair, I want to make it clear that wasn't exactly my intuition alone that brought me to that conclusion. Similar to Unbearable Revenge, the clue is kind of telling me which direction to head in. But I'm gonna keep trying to do what I do, and I'm going to try to do it my own way. And if it doesn't work, then we'll look at variable overflow. Because frankly, if it is a variable overflow, this shouldn't be that hard. It should be pretty easy to do, which I know is easy for me to say, but the reason that it should be so easy to do is because it shouldn't require really any major modifications. I don't know. I got to look at the code and see the assembly and see how it's supposed to work. Because if it's The first condition, if it's this one, we're kind of screwed. We can't do it. But if it's this one, then it really should be pretty simple, right? It's just going to be a matter of getting his health above 10k, and then just hitting him with fireballs until he dies. He heals so much that he dies. And we can give ourselves infinite mana. We can just stand there and do it. It shouldn't be that big. Let's keep trucking and see what we end up with.